Meet the Expert, a knowledge-sharing initiative of your knowledge partner, the Developing Bangladesh. We discuss on trade, investment, commerce, education, skills, economic development, global peace and prosperity, etc. issues. If you are interested to these issues, please subscribe to the channel. Developing Bangladesh, your knowledge partner, please subscribe now.
Limitations that are healthy. Like as I've said, the gadget time. Are there limitations that you put in the gadget time so that the child can do other activities that are more productive, more creative? And are there limitations in the gadget time so that the child can learn to socialize and interact with the members of the family? Because if you yourself, you're the parents and you're always in your gadget also, you're always on your phone, how can the loving connection be manifested? How can you practice loving connection if you yourself are always on your phone? So this is one way of asking ourselves. Mindful parenting is about asking ourselves, how am I being a good model to my kids? How is my child seeing the values that I am teaching him through me, through my actions, to the way I treat him, to the way he sees I care about myself? Because sometimes we tell our kids, you have to believe in yourself. But before you do that, ask yourself, do I believe in myself? Because mindful parenting is all about you connecting to yourself first so that you can connect lovingly to everyone in the family, in anywhere you go, whether at work, whether in your business. It is starting lovingly connecting with yourself that's very important. That's why, my dear parents, we have to always remember 3 things when it comes to loving connection. Number 1, how are we embodying the things that we're teaching our kids? Number 2, how are we explaining the values, the rules to our kids so that the kids will be able to understand and see it more clearly? And number 3, is there a dialogue in the family? Like when you implement a rule, do you ask the kids how is it for them? How do they feel about it? And where can you meet halfway? If there's a resistance, if everybody is not in agreement, okay, how can we meet halfway? So it is the dialogue, the continuous way of communicating, not through our gadgets, but through personal face-to-face dialogue. Because we are in the family, we are one unit. And if communication cannot be established clearly in the family, how can it be also expressed when they are communicating outside of the family? That's why there are so many kids who are adjusting to when it became a face-to-face setup in the school. So how are we helping our kids? How are we being aware of the needs of our kids? And how are we being mindful of the way that we are listening to them? Are we really listening to understand? Or are we listening to criticize, to comment, to reply? These are important factors in communication that we have to understand. So, my dear parents, how are you lovingly connecting with yourself? How are you understanding yourself so that you will be able to understand your child? Because that is the true essence of mindful parenting. It's self-awareness. It is lovingly connecting within so that you can connect more lovingly outside of yourself. Because if there is a disconnection inside of you, if you're the first person who's doubting yourself, how can you teach the child to believe in himself? Because the rule of thumb is, how can you teach what you do not know? How can you give what you don't have? That is the essence of mindful parenting. So always ground yourself. And another important factor when it comes to communicating, so that you will always revert back to yourself, is to change the you into I. That one important lesson. Change the you into I. Instead of saying, you should do this, you should do that, you should be this, you should be that. Change the you into I. I should be this. I should be that. I should change this. Because that's how you will be able to practice mindfulness and be able to do the empathy and the compassion that's needed to connect lovingly with your children. So I hope I'm able to impart some tips for you that would be helpful for you moving forward in working out the loving connection in yourself. And if you need my help, you can connect with me through, let me just share my screen again. You can connect with me through Mindful Moments with Coach Sheila. This is my coaching page in Facebook. And you can also connect to me and send me an email through sheilabp@gmail.com, or go to my coaching page, Mindful Moments with Coach Sheila, or send me a direct message on my personal Facebook account, Shiela Brinosa Portillo. So I thank you again for having me here, and have a good day, everybody.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Thank you, Coach Sheila. Actually, dear audience, like many of you, I was just curious what parenting is. Because in Bangladesh or India, Pakistan, in this subcontinent, we usually learn many things in life, in school, in colleges, in universities, but it is really a part of our course curriculum, the parenting. No, there is no such course curriculum in any levels of education. It is not also discussed in the family or society how to be a good parents. So while Coach Sheila offered me that she can enlighten us on mindful parenting, then I was curious. Genuinely, I was curious. But now I can realize that how important it is. In the society, we see the parents are a rich person, the ultra rich person, but their kids became like anything in the society. They are derailed from the society. We are also experiencing that parents sent to the old age home. Their kids, the boys and girls, their children, they are well established in the society, but they are not taking care of their old age parents. So there is a gap. The children are earning.
Developing Bangladesh, your knowledge partner. We take care of trade and investment, education and skills, economic diplomacy and economic development. If you would like to keep you updated on these issues, please subscribe to Developing Bangladesh. Thank you very much for watching till the last.